from Nashville, Tennessee. It's the Three. And here's your host, Laura Harris-Smith.
Hi, everybody. I'm Laura Harris-Smith, and welcome to The Three. You know, if you joined us last week, you saw our episode 1 of a very special movie that's out in theaters right now. It's called Sound of Freedom. Now, you saw us interview Tim Ballard last week. Tim, welcome back.
Thank you
welcome
so
back.
much.
So he was ex-federal agent, I'm going to say former federal agent turned human trafficking vigilante. Now, with him today is the producer of the movie. So welcome to The Three, Eduardo Verástegui.
Wow.
Did I do it?
Perfect.
Verástegui.
Laura.
Yes,
Perfecto.
Laura.
Perfecto. Thank you very much. It's
Yes,
an honor
well,
for me to be here with
I
you.
am thankful that you're here, and I'm telling you, we spent a whole episode talking, setting it up, like how Tim got here, how God got a hold of Tim, you know, and got him here. Why? Why this movie? You got involved as producer, and first of all, you have a long career. You're a talented man. I know you have done so many things. Why this movie? And tell me about how the whole thing came together, the funding, everything on this important topic.
Well, first of all, you said that you spent an entire episode with Tim Ballard. Okay, so 100 episodes is not enough to celebrate what this guy has done and still do for the children of the world. And I am, you know, so grateful to God for introducing me in my life to this hero.
You're too nice, man.
And I'm speaking with my heart because, you know, I can say a lot of things right now, but only through your actions you can see if what I'm saying is true. Well, when I met Tim 8 years ago and I heard what him and his team were doing around the world, saving children, you know, undercover.
And how did you hear that?
Well, I met them in through a series of events.
Okay.
And one person to another person. Next thing you know, I am with Tim and Alejandro Monteverde, my business partner, which
I see. Okay.
I knew about him before before he met with Alejandro, my business partner, who is the director of this movie.
Yes.
And I told Alejandro, I want you to meet this real hero, because Alejandro at that time he was writing a movie. He was writing a script on child trafficking, but it was more like a fiction kind of thing, and he never told me with details what it was. He said, I'm writing something on human trafficking. He said the word human trafficking. I will tell you what it is later.
Okay.
Now, at that time, I didn't know about human trafficking, like with details. You know, I thought human trafficking was, I don't know, children working in India,
Right.
you know,
Right.
immigrants kidnapped to work, or maybe some of them become sicarios and things like that. But I never heard.
And many people have not.
Exactly.
More so now.
Yes.
But you're describing 8 years ago.
8 years ago.
Okay, keep going.
So for the first time, when I met Tim and he tells me about what the work that they are doing and they have done around the world in saving children. When I say, well, hold on, children. What do you mean children? Like teenagers who? No, Eduardo. Like 3, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 8, 9-year-old kids who are being, abused, raped.
Yeah.
10, 15 times a day for many years. Whoa, hold on a second, what? And it was like hard for me to believe in the beginning. But anyway, when I find out that this is true, it's happening, it's a global problem, and I told Alejandro, forget about your fiction movie. You need to meet
Okay.
the Tim Ballard, and it's going to blow you away. He said, well, okay, no, but this movie is very, Eduardo, what I'm writing is, it's like it's amazing. Please meet Tim. Okay, when? Next week. Okay, next thing you know, we are having this meeting, and Alejandro literally, his project,
really?
throw it to the trash. And
Well,
say,
it's a
this
true
is the,
story, so
this is
real
the
life is
story.
always
And
better.
he, even though he was doing a lot of research, he didn't know really, just like me, and he knew more than me, but he didn't know the truth about what's happening in the world. So anyway, we met with them, and then in the beginning, it was not easy for me, I have to be honest, like, because I was involved in many other projects. And I was like almost trying to justify, like, you know what, maybe this is something very heavy for me right now, but I couldn't sleep. And then next thing you know what?
It gets in your head.
We put pause in everything else that we were doing. And I made a promise to God that I will dedicate my entire life to end child trafficking along with my brother and many other heroes that are doing the same. And because, and I said, you know what, the first question, well, two things. He said, it's very sad what I'm telling you, but it's more sad now that you know if you do nothing. So I asked myself, what can I do, right? Which I hope people, when they see this film, they will ask themselves too, what can I do? And ask God to give you, you know, whatever ideas God wants you to put in practice. So I said, I'm a filmmaker. I have a big weapon. ¿Cómo se dice arma? Un arma? A weapon, right? A big weapon of mass instruction and inspiration, which is film, movie. And I asked him, team, Timoteo, hermano, America has everything to finish this problem. Has the technology, the money, the funds, the intelligence, everything. Why, if this is a global problem, why America is the number one consumer of child sex, and why Mexico is the number one provider? I mean, you're from America, I'm from Mexico, only through a bilateral effort we're going to put an end to this problem, but why America is not doing enough to finish this? And he said one simple phrase, because it's not a priority, Eduardo. And yes, I can save one child, 2, 1,000, 4,000. We're not the solution, because this problem is beyond us. It's millions of children. We need a movement.
We do need a movement.
We need to create a movement where everybody participates, you, everyone. And if we use our talents that God gave us to do everything that is in our hands to end this terrible reality, we will end this.
And light is the best disinfectant, sunlight. And so we can shine a light on this, and that's what we're trying to do here today. So when we come back from the break, I want to watch the trailer. We're going to start there. So stay close. We'll be right back with more. Hi, I'm Laura Harris-Smith, inventor of Quiet Brain Essential Oil Blend. You know, if you would have told me 2 years ago when I was mixing that very first little bottle that we would have thousands of customers from all over the world and that we'd have to quadruple our staff to keep up with the demand produced by our international TV infomercial, I'm not sure I would have believed you. And if you told me I'd be hearing regular testimonies of improved sleep, reduced stress, migraine relief, even help with other neurological challenges like seizures, PTSD, tremors, muscle spasms, even anxiety, well, I probably would have cried. And sometimes, when I'm reading the Quiet Brain testimony, I do. But if you would have told me 1 year ago when we introduced our Quiet Brain Variety Gift Box that it would become the biggest selling item on our online store at quietbrainoil.com, I would have said, I believe it. The reason is because I created the gift box to be the perfect combination of all of our Quiet Brain products. The oil itself for topical use on the skin that contains only certified pure oils that can cross the blood-brain barrier and bring speedy relief and neurological support. And our aromatherapy line with our Quiet Brain shampoo and conditioner, candles, inhalers, all of which use the nasal passages to gain direct access to the limbic brain, which is the emotional center of the brain. So whether you need to use Quiet Brain topically or aromatherapeutically, the Quiet Brain gift box has everything that you need. And now we've given our gift box an upgrade without increasing the price. It now comes with our satin Quiet Brain Sleep Eye Mask. Just put a few drops of oil on the nose guard and you're on your way to enjoying a good night's sleep. And it all comes packaged in a beautiful gift box and delivered to the destination of your choice or sent to you so you can use it for 7 different gifts or keep a few for yourself. When sold separately, the items in the box are $160, but you're getting it for $135. That's a $25 savings, meaning that you're getting the nasal inhaler and the shampoo and conditioner for free. The Quiet Brain gift box comes with 1 Whisper Quiet Nightlight diffuser with 16 color options and intermittent mist options, 1 dropper bottle of Quiet Brain, 1 Quiet Brain nasal inhaler, 1 Quiet Brain candle, the satin sleep eye mask, and your healing shampoo and conditioner. And remember, both are color safe, aloe enriched, paraben and sulfate free, loaded with wonderful ingredients like unscented coconut oil, olive oil, sugar beet betaine, and of course the Quiet Brain blend with its 8 essential oils like lavender, frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, and more. We get repeated testimonies of both being used with great effectiveness during headaches for pain relief. So go to quietbrainoil.com to order. Quiet Brain is a great gift for any time of the year, but especially for seasons like these that bring additional stress. Give the gift of health and peace this year. Give the gift of Quiet Brain.
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen. It has already passed the illegal arms trade, and soon it's gonna pass the drug trade. Because you can sell a bag of cocaine one time to a child 5 to 10 times a day. God's children are not for sale.
How long you been doing this?
12 years now.
How many pedophiles you caught?
288.
How many kids you found?
Timoteo, tú rescatas niños, ¿verdad? ¿Puedes ayudarme a encontrar a mi hermana?
Te lo prometo.
For Homeland Security, you know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
Which means she'll disappear for good. Imagine walking into her room right now, seeing an empty bed. What we do?
You quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
So at this moment, she could be a block down the road, or she could be at Moscow, Bangkok, LA. She's a major operator.
It's all rebel territory. No one goes in. Not the army, not the police, not us.
What if this was your daughter?
There's no Marine unit coming.
You're on your own. This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
When God tells you what to do, you cannot hesitate.
Everybody, welcome back to The Three. I'm Laura. We've just got a few minutes left, and we're here with the producer of Sound of Freedom, Eduardo Verástegui.
Yeah, Verástegui.
Verástegui.
Muy bien, Laura.
Verástegui.
All right, you're doing great.
Oh, I'm trying. Okay, well, I'm a Smith, so I have to try extra hard. So
Thank you.
Tim just had to step out. This is the way NRB works. We're at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention, and so Tim has had to step out. We've got just a few minutes left with you, and then we'll show them the trailer in segment 3. What do you want to tell us about this film? What can we do? That's where we kind of left off, was how everybody can do something. What can we do? Give us the website, how we can donate, all of that.
Well, you know, this is something that you have to ask yourself, you know, because I believe that we were all created for a mission, a very particular and unique and beautiful and special mission that nobody else can do but you. It depends on you and me if we want to be faithful to that mission that we were created for, using the talents that God gave us to do something for the world to glorify Him.
That's right.
And or not, or ignore that mission and work in something else based on selfishness, where at the end what you're going to end up doing is destroying yourself, your and your family, and you're going to hurt the world, right? So everyone has to ask themselves, what do I want to do? Do I want to turn the light on or off? Do I want to build or destroy? Do I want to say the truth or the lies? What do I want to do with my life, right? Life is too short, and you know what? 21 years ago, I was lost before. I was, seduced by the world, thinking that if my goal was to be happy, of course, and I thought, happiness means, to be successful, famous,
rich,
and everything else, pleasures in the world and everything.
Right.
And God was not the center of my life, not because I didn't want to, but because I didn't know. He was part of my life, yes, but not the center of my life. Until one day I met this wonderful lady when I was 28. I'm 49 now.
Wow.
Don't tell people. But anyway, she changed my life. My English teacher changed my life. And after that, I made a promise to God I will never use my talents again to do anything that will offend my faith, my family, or my Latino community.
That's so beautiful.
After I made the promise, I ended up not working for 4 years. So be careful what you promise. Because every single thing that I got offered was about the things that I promised I would never do. So I had to turn them down.
You had to turn them
down.
down.
And that's why I became a producer, because I was tired of waiting for a role that would portray a man as a real man. So I was tired of waiting. I became a producer so I can have the power to control the message.
You.
And I made my first movie along with Alejandro Monteverde and Leo Severino called Bella, a pro-life film that changed our lives and saved many lives.
Yes.
And after that, we made another movie called Little Boy, and I was doing a focus group in Los Angeles, and some of the people who came to see this movie were friends of Tim Ballard, and that's how I ended up meeting Tim Ballard, because of Little Boy.
God connected the dots.
And next thing you know, you heard the story. Then we met. Then I asked that question that you asked me. What can I do? What can I do? And I answered that question in the last segment. You know what? I'm a filmmaker. I'm going to make a movie, and hopefully this movie will be a piece that will detonate. That's how you say
yes, detonate.
A movement, you know, like movie to movement, right? Movie with purpose. And my hope as a filmmaker is that when people see this movie, they will leave not only entertained. You know, my goal is to raise awareness of this problem.
And you are.
And they will leave with more light.
Yeah.
They will leave wanting to do something about it. And I hope they will leave asking themselves, okay, what can I do? Because I'm a lawyer, so I can do this.
Yes.
I am a teacher. You know what?
Does the movie address that? Does the movie give you ideas of things that you can do, or is it just tell the story?
No, because it's not a documentary. You know, this movie, it's an emotional piece that it will touch your heart in a different way, you to someone else. But I have shown the movie. For example, I'm doing a tour in Mexico right now.
Okay.
As I mentioned before, U.S. #1 consumer of child sex in the world. Mexico, #1 provider. So what I did, before we had distribution, I started doing a tour in Mexico in 32 states, where I asked the governor of each state, would you want to host a private screening with the most important leaders of different sectors of our society in your state?
Wow.
Police, teachers, military,
all those gatekeepers,
legislators, mayors,
That's amazing.
All the leaders, right? Then we show the movie, and then at the end, let's sign an agreement, our foundation, Viva Mexico, with the government, an agreement with a commitment to end child trafficking in that state. 57 children disappear every day in Mexico, okay? 21,000.
The situation at the border isn't helping this any.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
21,000 a year. This is official numbers. I think it's 3 times more, right?
Wow.
So, only through a movement. So what we're doing in Mexico, it's a tour against child trafficking with this using this movie, because movies, they come and they go.
Right.
What's next? I don't want this movie just to come and raise awareness a little bit, then goes, and then we go back to normal. No. This doesn't end with this movie. Yeah. This will never end until you ask yourself, what can I do? Well, in the meantime, share the trailer.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. Go on and watch the movie and see the movie on 4th of July, Independence Day, freedom. Let's free the children.
I love that. I love how you have tied
and
that
after
in.
that, you will know in your heart. If you ask God,
I believe that.
Please give me a mission. Give me something so I can do something to end child trafficking. You will be an ambassador of freedom.
And we will watch the trailer next. I know you've got to jump out. Thank you, Eduardo, for everything that you have done and for being here with us today. And so I'm going to take segment 3 by myself.
Yes.
Coming back, we're going to watch the trailer and we're going to tell you how you can make a difference. Give us the website one more time.
Yes.
What's the website for the movie? Do you know?
Angel Studios. Just go to Angel Studios.
Go to Angel
app.
Studios?
App, and then that's where you can buy tickets.
Put it on the screen.
Go and buy tickets now and change the world with us. And let's save children. Let's make this world a better place. God's children are not for sale. God bless you.
God's children are not for sale.
Thank
Eduardo, you got a bold because you're a busy man. Thank you for joining us. Be right back after the break, everybody.
God bless.
Neuromatics Oil is a family of therapeutic-grade patented oil blends created by nutritionist and author Laura Harris Smith. Invented for her own lifelong journey for neurological health, Quiet Brain now helps those worldwide who suffer from insomnia, migraines, anxiety, seizures, tremors, and more. Quiet Brain contains oils like frankincense, myrrh, lavender, sandalwood, and others. Next, Happy Brain is a bright mood-lifting citrus blend and contains oils like lemon, lime, clementine, spearmint, and more. Users say it combats depression and even aids in weight loss. Next is Sharp Brain, Laura's Focus Blend, also used to improve cognitive memory issues with oils like coffee, cinnamon, vanilla, clove, and others. Each $69.95 bottle is a 10-week supply if used daily, or about $1 a day. And right now, buy 2 bottles and get the 3rd one free, and get a free eye mask using the promo code on your screen at neuromaticsoil.com or at 1-855-784-3827. That's 1-855-QUIET-BRAIN.
I'm naturopathic Dr. Laura Harris-Smith, and if you'll give me 10 days, give it to God and go to bed can help you stress less, sleep better, and dream more. There are even links inside to my free 10 Days to Deeper Sleep and Dreams program and 10 Goodnight videos. Can you close your eyes and just still listen to me? The whole book takes place in your bedroom, and with chapter titles like The Junk Under Your Bed, The Treasures in Your Bedroom, and The Monsters in Your Closet. Give it to God and go to bed helps you learn to rest and hear God speak in dreams. Take back your sleep and dreams, my friend, with Give It to God and Go to Bed. Hi everybody, I'm Laura. You're watching theTHREE. We are still at NRB. It's the National Religious Broadcasters Convention. And the who's who come here from all over the world. Every year, this year it's in Orlando. Every other year it's in Nashville, which is our home turf. And we are on the road this year and interviewing people who are just making this stuff happen. All the best, I'll say best, all of the most influential and currently influential media gatekeepers from all over the world come here. So today's show, we have been talking about Sound of Freedom. Now this is the new Jim Caviezel movie. It's put out by Angel Studios, and guys, it's in theaters as of July 4th. You can remember that. It's so easy, July 4th, okay? Sound of Freedom. And it's gonna be 4,000 theaters, but you know how this works. The more people we get there, the longer it will run. This is a movie about human trafficking. Children who are human trafficked. And they are sold as sex slaves. They are sold, they're kidnapped, and they're sold into slavery. And some of these kids are getting raped a dozen, 15 times a day. And their traffickers are getting rich off of it. So just some of the stats on this movie itself. Now, we have been sitting here with the producer, who is Eduardo Verástegui, and we were also here with Tim Ballard. Now, Tim, he actually has a role in the movie. It's kind of a hybrid character named Paul or Pablo, but he also was the one who was a former government agent. So Jim Caviezel is the one playing Tim. So I know that gets a little confusing, but we're gonna go to the trailer here, and I want you to watch it. And then when we come back, we will talk more about some of these statistics, some of the things that we're gonna see, and that you can expect when you go see the movie. So here is the trailer. It's put out by Angel Studios, and the movie is Sound of Freedom. See you on the other side.
How many pedophiles you got?
288.
How many kids you found?
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen. It has already passed the illegal arms trade, and soon it's gonna pass the drug trade. Because you can sell a bag of cocaine one time with a child 5 to 10 times a day. God's children are not for sale.
How long you been doing this?
12 years now.
How many pedophiles you got?
288.
How many kids you found?
Timoteo, tú rescatas niños, ¿verdad? ¿Puedes ayudarme a encontrar a mi hermana?
Te lo prometo.
For Homeland Security, you know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
Which means she'll disappear for good. Imagine walking into her room right now, seeing an empty bed. What we do?
You quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
So at this moment, she could be a block down the road, or she could be in Moscow, Bangkok, LA. She's a major operator.
It's all rebel territory. No one goes in. Not the army, not the police, not us.
What if this was your daughter?
There's no Marine unit coming.
You're on your own. This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
When God tells you what to do, you cannot hesitate.
so compelling. You are going to want to go see this movie. Now, you know Jim Caviezel. He was, of course, Jesus in Passion of the Christ. He was also in Count of Monte Cristo. That is one of my very favorite movies. I love Count of Monte Cristo. He has done so many things, and you know, he's been quoted as saying that this is the second most important film he has made in his entire career, besides the Passion of the Christ. He got involved in this, and actually he plays Tim Ballard, and Tim rallied for him. He had to fight, you know, for them to ask Jim, and once Jim saw the script, he said, yes, I've got to get involved in this. And so you are going to want to see this, and you're going to want to get involved. You have a sphere of influence, and you can help people, not just get them to the movie. That's part one. But part two, ask God what he wants you to do. Go to the address on your screen, and you can actually donate. You can go to Angel Studios, and you can look around there and find out a way that you can give, because if you will give, that's one thing that you can do. You don't ever have to leave home. You just give, and it helps get this movie out there to even more places. So just listen to a few of these things. It's in theaters nationwide on July 4th. It is an action thriller shot on location in Colombia, an edge-of-your-seat thriller based on the incredible true story of a former government agent, Tim Ballard. And the film showcases the lengths that one man will go to free a group of children abducted from their homes. Okay, it's brought to you by Angel Studios, and the crowd-funded studio behind the global sensation is the same studio behind The Chosen, right? So you know about The Chosen. It's going to be in about 4,000 studios nationwide. I've got the address right here, angel.com/freedom. And that's how you can do. You can buy movie tickets there for those who can't afford to go, and take them with you. So again, the movie is Sound of Freedom, and it's the story of Tim Ballard and how he worked for the U.S. government. He was in the child crime division. God got a hold of his heart and said, I want you to make this a lifestyle where you go in and you rescue these children. His wife, and the man has 9 children, okay? But he had 6 at the time, and his wife said, you have to do this. You have to leave your secure job and go help rescue these children. That was in 2013, and now look, 10 years later, and they've made a movie, and Jim Caviezel, who played Jesus in Passion of the Christ, stars in it. So again, I'm going to sound like a broken record, but July 4th, Sound of Freedom, get to theaters near you. Go to the website, angel.com/freedom, okay? Because when you go there, you're going to be able to buy tickets, get a car full of people, a busload, tell your church, get on social media, tell your friends, and get to see Sound of Freedom. Important topic. All right, everybody. I'm Laura Harris Smith. I'm always so happy when you join us. You hear the noise here because we're still at NRB. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but we're still at NRB and bringing you some incredible content right now with people who are out there making a difference with their faith and their creative giftings. All right? I'm one of them trying to do just that. Thank you for joining us today on The Three. I'm Laura Harris Smith. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.